How will you help build poor communities and inner cities?
Well, the term that is so often used today is intersectionality, and it's used accurately and appropriately. Everything connects to everybody, to everything. When you're talking about inner cities in the United States, although it is not entirely true, in many cases you are talking about racial issues, you are talking about racial prejudice, you are talking about the deep underbelly of how we function economically. And this is why my having a more serious conversation about the economy and how an amoral economic system has hijacked our government, it has corrupted our value system. This is exactly what I mean. It is not an anti-capitalist argument, nor do I mean it to be, to posit that a virulent strain of capitalism has been in play, and particularly because of the undue influence of corporate money on our political system, has hijacked the functioning of our government to the point where our government does more now to advocate for short-term profits for huge multinational corporate interests than to advocate for the health and well-being of the people of the United States. And those who cannot serve the system, who are deemed not particularly useful to a virulent form of capitalism which requires cheap labor in order to survive, they simply fall by the wayside. In the inner cities of the United States is where you see those millions of American children, for instance, many of whom are traumatized before preschool. Millions of American children who go to schools and classrooms where they don't even have enough adequate school supplies with which to teach a child to read. And if a child cannot learn to read by the age of 8, the chances of high school graduation are drastically decreased, and the chances of incarceration are drastically increased. That's where those children are living, because of the outrageous way that the United States bases the primary, the basis of our educational funding on property taxes. That's one of the first things. That's why I want a United States Department of Children and Youth. That's where those children live.